Good morning, I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. Got a lot to cover on today's program. By the way, later on the show, Congressman Tom DeLay, a good friend of this program, the former congressman, he's going to be talking about what he went through and the fact that he finally got through one of the most incredible processes a person could go through. And his argument is that it was really over free speech issues. We're looking forward to that. Plus, in this segment, though, I've got Tom Taormina with me, and he is phenomenal at what he does. I love his website. It was rocket science. I love his books. I love his contribution to the really the war of ideas on several fronts. Tom, glad to have you on the program. How are you today?
Top of the morning to you, Kevin. Doing great. How are you?
Great, thanks. And so we're going to talk today. I love the topic today, perfecting mediocrity. Oh, boy. I didn't know we needed any help doing that. But when I look at your inventory here of topics on the topic, if you will, we certainly seem to be doing just that, trying to figure out how we can reach new lows.
Absolutely. It's sort of bizarre. A number of years ago, I started a book manuscript called Perfecting Mediocrity. I was witnessing in my consulting work the absolute systematic degradation of our society and everything we do, especially in the business world. People just don't seem to have any sort of accountability. But then I saw how systemic it was and how the politicians apparently have a program to dumb down the electorate so they can do just pretty much anything they want to. So perfecting mediocrity is definitely going on in our society.
Yeah, and it seems like the politicians are being well aided and abetted by the media.
They are. Isn't that strange? I hate to get into this, but the last few days with these unfortunate police killing a perp, as I would call them, even some of the conservative media is changing over their tune. I'm sorry, these people are criminals. I'm sorry they passed away, but good grief, they were resisting arrest. They were perps. What is the cop supposed to do? Stand there and say, "Let me interview you for a moment before I decide whether you're a criminal or just somebody whose skin color I don't like."
Right. Yeah, I could not agree with you more. There's a lot of reacting out there, and my concern is, and I believe that police can be overreaching, and it may be and that it is in fact a problem out there. But the way that they're addressing it needs to be addressed through a legislative process. It needs to be addressed through training. It can't be addressed on the street by a perpetrator. That's how chaos happens. That's how you have the end of rule of law, and I think that's exactly what's happening.
Absolutely. We're borderline anarchy, and perfecting mediocrity is what's gotten us to this point. I just don't understand why our society is sympathetic to people who break the law. The high school principal here told me a couple of years ago that today it's a badge of courage to have a police record. When I was in high school, that was one of the worst things you could possibly do is get in trouble with the law.
Yeah, absolutely. Somewhere along the way, it became street credibility. It's unbelievable. I like also what you mentioned about how businesses are content with just getting by. Not only that, they're content getting by even under the most corrupt sort of ways. You think about, for example, the incredible massive bailouts of 2008 and 2009 with virtually no consequences for those businesses that need it. We literally shot a hole into moral hazard.
Well, we're sending our businesses offshore because they don't want to deal with the recalcitrant employees they have to find in the labor pool, and they don't want to do anything about it. There's certainly some very easy steps. We're just starting something here called the Center for Business Excellence, and the response is overwhelming just on the name, because we want to take businesses and show them how to build products and purvey services that are 100% good and 100% safe. And so the appetite is beginning to grow, but today we still have most of my consulting assignments and most of my expert witness assignments are directly tied to a business owner and the people that work there taking no accountability.
Yeah, no question about it. So let's talk about what, we focus quite a bit on the problem. What are some of the solutions we should be doing?
Well, of course, we need to get regulations to a point where they protect just what they need to protect and don't stifle us from building pipelines and giving jobs to thousands and thousands of people. That notwithstanding, the business owners can start by taking a look at themselves and say, what is it I want to do? What is my moral fiber? And if I really believe that I can run a successful business and that everybody around me can win, take the steps to get there. And, of course, they need to call me. I would be the one to fix that for them. But that notwithstanding, it's people taking accountability for what they do.
Yeah, no question about it. By the way, you can always learn more about Tom at itwasrocketscience.com. Itwasrocketscience.com. And so it really does come, the politicians are going to do what it comes natural to them, which is to figure out how to get reelected. We wonder why we don't know how to have any deferred gratification as a society, as we have an entire political class driven by the short-sightedness effect. They're living from one election to another. So it's our job to apply pain to them in order to get them to do the next right thing.
Absolutely. Term limitations have got to be part of the 2016 platform that we have. But also in 2016, I would just be thrilled if we came up with a candidate that said, we're going to Mars, or we're going to land on a meteorite, or we're going to finally bring fusion energy to fruition. Some national goal that we can all work on, get behind, be proud of, and pick an impossible goal. We picked an impossible goal of going to the moon. Let's pick another one. I don't care what it is, but let's pick an impossible goal, get everybody involved, and I really believe that will turn the country around.
Well, I think those are laudable goals for sure. We need to really be taking this situation as seriously as it is. We've got an $18 trillion national debt growing rapidly every single day, and a society cannot sustain itself with that kind of economic policy. A lot of different fronts. I'm glad that you're addressing them, and I encourage the listener to check out itwasrocketscience.com. Also encourage you to check out Tom's books, actually. Tom Taormina, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Kevin. Have a great day.
You too. When we come back, much more for you. Make sure you check it out right here on The Price of Business.